Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're discussing the allegations. So, let's get to it. For context, the reason why I'm discussing it is due to two recent allegations in the entire community. And those allegations are the ones against Wilbur and more recently George Not Found, who are two big Minecraft content creators. They're pretty huge in the space. Wilbur also has a fairly successful music career. And George is, of course, big friends with Dream. So let's go for this. Starting off, to my knowledge, a girl called Shubble, who is... Shubble... I think I misspoke there, my apologies. This is a one take, so take whatever conclusions you will from this. Okay, so basically she accused Wilbur of some horrible things, mainly domestic abuse. In particular, an allegation where Wilbur would bite her, and then she would say a safe word, which they both agreed on. A safe word is like, hey, you can do this to me, but if I say this word, you must stop. And that Wilbur would instead bite harder, and he would ignore it. As well as that, the allegation is that Wilbur would bite pretty much anybody. He enjoyed biting people. Which is a bit weird when you're like 20... Is he like 27 or something? When you're like 27, like, that's weird. You don't bite people. I mean, in relationships, I get it. Like, that's a thing. Like, if you want to go for that, it's not my personal thing. I would never get involved. I wouldn't ever let my girlfriend bite me in my relationship. But that's just me. The allegation, however, is more that he ignored consent, which is a bad... This is an incredibly awful thing to be accused of. This is career ending. There is no debate about that. However, there is one issue with this, and that is Shubble didn't actually mention Wilbur by name. She referenced him, though, some areas as far as I'm aware, and made the whole situation pretty obvious, and people pretty quickly discovered that it was Wilbur that she was on about. There were other allegations, but as well as financial abuse and that sort of thing. But those were the main general talking points that have got everyone hooked. And a few other people have come out and shared their negative experience with him, such as Nikki Niachu, who's another person who's part of that space, and YouTuber, and another girl has recently come forward. Although she immediately, a few hours later, decided to shill her YouTube and her Patreon. So personally, I will not be including her claims in this video because I doubt her sincerity due to her immediate shilling of Patreon and YouTube. To me, it feels like she's trying to profit off of this, and that doesn't sit right with me, so I won't be platforming her allegations. Only Shovels, because that's the main one that everyone's talking about. Why don't I actually show you Wilbur's statement? Okay, so this is Wilbur's statement. He put a statement out like a week later, I think. And he says here, in the past week, I'm going to read it out in full, no interruptions. So here we go. In the past week, a series of allegations have been made over my conduct from an ex-girlfriend. I want to emphasize that although I feel it is fair to offer my perspective, this person's feelings are completely valid. I have taken my time sharing this statement and wanted to process and respond respectfully with the hope of getting a deeper understanding for the situation. For during our final months, I regrettably became slobbish, disrespectful, selfish. These actions caused a lot of pain to my ex-girlfriend, and I have since sought therapy to address these behaviors, making significant lifestyle changes to rectify my past actions. I've come to realize how much my past behavior hurt this person, but I truly, compassionately believe that I have made great strides from the person that I once was, in hope that I can grow and improve on this trajectory. The allegation of abuse, particularly in the form of biting, deeply shocks me. Throughout our relationship, I understood from numerous conversations and text message exchanges on the subject that this behaviour was consensual, playful, and reciprocally enjoyed. That's a difficult word, damn. I truly believe that those personal exchanges felt mutual reflect mutual affection and understanding. Out of respect for her, I choose not to publish them, and I emphasize with my perspective is not shared to diminish or invalidate anyone's feelings. Instead, I share it in the hope that I can offer a genuine, fair, and relevant insight into my understanding of this situation. While I may perceive our interactions differently, I recognize this person has processed and expressed feelings of hurt. I want to extend my sincerest apologies for any pain that I caused. I am fully committed to understanding and addressing her concerns going forward. I hope my perspective sheds light on this situation without detracting from its message. I am dedicated to earning and maintaining the trust of those around me, and I hope and continue to be held at these high standards I wish to attain. Okay, so that is Wilbur's statement. Let's pick it apart quickly. Firstly, I've been seeing a lot of people saying he admitted it. I don't quite see where he admits to abuse. In fact, it looks like he denies it to me. In the fact that he says, "Oh, I thought the biting was consensual," and which was the main allegation it appears that everyone has latched onto. He says he thought it was consensual and has texts to apparently prove it. Shubble, meanwhile, has not provided any proof of anything, and it doesn't look like she will do. So therefore, it is basically a he said, she said situation currently. No one has actually provided any proof against Wilbur. It is just testimony. I'm not going to say whether I believe the victim or not, because I don't want to spread what could possibly be false accusations, and I'm not going to say whether I believe Wilbur or not, because I don't want to defend a possible abuser. I am just trying to give as neutral of a take as I can on this particular scenario, and in my personal opinion, I think that this is not the best of statements. Firstly, it originally focuses on himself rather than apologising, and he apologises right near the end, but he does admit to being an awful boyfriend, and from the other testimonies that have come out, it has become quite clear that Wilbur is not the best individual. He does seem like quite a awful person to be around, and he has treated his friends pretty horribly. It reminds me almost of the Zaptai situation, just a little bit worse. However, the allegations of abuse are incredibly serious, and obviously, I'm someone who wants to see some sort of proof before I call someone something. I mean, it's trust but verify, I think is the phrase that I use. So yeah, I trust the victim, alleged victim, I should say, but I do want some form of evidence before I publicly call something something. It is innocent until proven guilty, and currently we do have no actual proof. So in this situation, Wilbur's word is more valuable. It's not more valuable, my bad. Just as valuable as Shovel's word. Although everyone seems to have latched onto Shovel's. I do think it's kind of wild how people have immediately jumped on this narrative that Wilbur is an abuser and this awful person without any evidence to back it up, other than testimony, and testimony is not evidence. I just want to make that very clear, that testimony doesn't mean, just because someone said something, and people are like, oh, prove that you didn't do it then. What people don't realize is that it is a lot more difficult to prove a negative. Like with Dream, with his grooming accusations, which I also made a video on, it's very difficult to prove that something didn't happen than it did. And he claims he has texts proving this. Then show us the text, dude. This girl is ruining your life. There's no two ways about it. Please show us this proof, otherwise your career online is effectively done. But that's mostly what I have to say about this particular situation. So yeah, that's what I have to say on this particular scenario, which is the Wilbur situation. But now it's time to move on to the next situation. But before I do, I will mention there was a second girl that did come out against Wilbur. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, and I feel it's best I don't use her name because I don't entirely trust her narrative. Because while the allegations are incredibly severe, including that of, again, violating consent, however, the accusations, a few, like 10 hours after the accusations, she immediately in the replies is shilled her Patreon and her YouTube, which makes me question her motivation. So that's why I'm not going to platform those, because I just question her motivation. Also, if you don't see in the background, I now have Twitter. It's not linked to my YouTube channel, but if you want to go follow it, please do. I give annoying takes about everything, so if you like being annoyed, please do follow. Anyway, now on to the George Not Found situation. Yesterday, or the day before, I can't remember when, a small streamer by name, I think her name's Kate or Caiti. I think it's Kate, came out and stated that she was sexually assaulted by an older male content creator. Obviously, this isn't. She never named the content creator in question. As I said, this is an incredibly serious allegation. And the Dream Stands immediately quickly figured out, and if I use Dream Stands, that's just a general term, you get what I'm trying to say, just fans of that fan base. They immediately figured out it was George, because one of her friends was liking tweets saying that it was George, and condemning George, so people quickly figured out it was him. Obviously, again, Kate didn't actually provide any evidence to back her claims up. She also, to my knowledge, has not gone to the police, but I could be wrong on that. And I highly encourage her, if these accusations are true, to go to the police and get everything done legally. Because what is being alleged is not YouTube drama, this is a crime. This is not petty YouTube drama, this is a crime that is being alleged. Of sexual assault and taking advantage of someone's boundaries. George himself also did release a statement. If we go here, which states, I will be doing a very serious stream later today. This post is just to make that clear. I'm gathering all the information and evidence to share. I have never and would never break someone's sexual boundaries or assault anyone. This is a very short statement, but it does in essence deny the allegations. And in the process, it does also say that he's going to be responding further, which is a good move. This, in all seriousness, is a good statement bar one thing. And do you want to know what that one thing is? The time frame. He's given himself 24 hours to respond. However, he has been radio silent since the statement came out. Maybe for the time this video comes up, he'll have done a stream and this will be outdated, in which I will be making an update community post. Because, you know, I don't want to give my audience false information. Obviously, there's nothing concrete. I mean, the accuser, Kate, provided no evidence. George is obviously denying this. I mean, who wouldn't? So it is really, again, a he said, she said scenario. But George claims he has evidence proving otherwise, that this did not happen. So I'm going to wait, but it is insane to me how many people just condemn the guy when there's no evidence. People are saying, oh, some of her friends came out about it as well and said they were there, etc., etc. This is not evidence. Evidence is hard proof. Evidence is DMs, messages, that sort of thing. That's what evidence is to me. Evidence is not someone's testimony saying, oh yeah, I was there, this happened. By the logic, I could say, hey, you, the viewer, you punched me. And my girlfriend could then say, oh yeah, I was there, he did, you did. And then my best mate could say, oh yeah, I was there as well. It's completely false, but by saying that, people and group of people, and for anyone says, who would a group of people all lie about this? Refer back to the super mega situation, which I'll actually be linking down below, because I feel like this shows that a group of people will come together to lie about something to try and take someone down. So, where do we go from here? Well, I know someone criticised me for saying this, but I'm going to say it. Let's wait for both sides to come out here. Particularly with George's one. I mean, I know Wilbur's already responded. George has not really said a lot, but it's been almost 24 hours since his statement as of the time of this video being recorded, and he has been radio silent. Obviously, I am not saying that the accuser is lying. I'm just providing situations to convey why I think that we should hold our horses. I think that we should go innocent until proven guilty. We should go. What's it called? We should not be doing guilty until proven innocent. We should be doing innocent until proven guilty. Give the accused the benefit of a doubt, please. Yeah, just please give the accusers the time to be able to respond. Because if it turns out that this is all false, then you're going to look awful if you have immediately called this person something absolutely horrendous. Just saying. But yeah, and also to refer back to some other situations, we got the Slazo situation, we got the Quite situation, and we've got, of course, the most recent one, the Dream situation. Now, of course, to finally give some closing notes here, I will give one final statement that I think that is maybe a hot take, but I'm going to stand by it. I think that believe all victims is an incredibly dangerous mindset. The saying should be trust but verify, especially after situations like Slazo's, where the girl did lie about him. Pro Jared's another example. Zaptai. Dream. Because while believe all victims, I get the policy is noble, as you are giving these girls, and in some cases boys, a platform to speak on. However, this increases the chance for false allegations to be made, and of course, this was unfortunately a great detriment to Quite, which the whole believe all victims narrative helped platform towards. Sorry, not platform towards. It helped platform those false accusations with really no evidence behind them, and Quite has since completely disproved it. So that's generally. But I will say this: please do not attack the alleged victims. Please do not attack the accused. Please just stay neutral and you know. I mean, some of the memes have been pretty funny. I won't lie. Some of the memes have been absolutely hilarious. But please just remain neutral. Just stay quiet. If you want to pick a side in private, please do. I mean, I've already picked a side. I won't share that side publicly just because of the fact that I don't want to come across as any sort of bias. And of course, I want to wait for George to give his side of the story, as well as Wilbur if he chooses to do so. That's going to be it from me now. Thank you for watching. I don't know when I'm going to be back. Maybe soon. We'll see. We'll see if I come back. I probably won't for another while until another situation occurs. I was actually going to make a situation video on the whole cartoon-she situation. But yeah, that's my opinion on the whole situation. I'll be linking a lot of stuff down below so that everyone can be located. And I'll also be linking somewhere maybe on this part of the screen or this part of the screen some videos of false accusations. Just so people can get an idea. I'll probably link Super Mega and uh, Slazo as my main ones. But yeah, that's it from now. Thank you all for watching. It has been a pleasure, and until I am next called upon, the little owl one is signing off.